Look at that.
Watch this. Hey everyone, welcome to the weekly Geekdom. I am Ben, and with me, as always, is my co-pilot, my partner in this show, Joshua. How you doing today, my man?
I am wonderful, sir. Midnight representing you from Team Alpha Wolf Squadron. We are here today. I am joined with Ben, a good friend of mine. I love this. I love this show, the weekly geekdom. Ben, what's going on, my friend? What's going on today?
Oh, nothing, just watching a little YouTube, relaxing, chilling. How about you, my man? What's going on with you?
I'd say the same thing. Now that they finally releasing that Doctor Strange 2 review, I can't wait for you to see the movie. I think you're gonna love it. It's definitely going to be an experience, start to finish.
That's
Telling
what
you,
I
you
hear. I'm sad to say I already know most of the spoilers though, but for me, it's not the destination, it's the journey and how to get there. Does that make
I
sense?
like I like that thinking. It's just hard. It's hard for me to grasp it because when I'm in the moment, I just want to feel it all. You know what I mean? That's why I try to avoid as much as possible. But I understand because I had Zodiac spoiled for me, and I still
Oh,
watched the
okay.
movie sometime later. And yeah, I watched the movie sometime later, and I still enjoyed it all the way through. So I completely understand your philosophy.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not like, give me everything, but if I see it, I see it. And believe me, with Doctor Strange, last weekend when I went on YouTube, dude, you wouldn't believe how many videos were on YouTube about that movie.
Man, I'm like on YouTube every day, so I was just glad I didn't really see anything pop up. I would actively avoid certain conversations on Twitter. And then I thought I had something spoiled for me, but it ended up being in a TV spot. So I'm like, well, that wasn't really anything.
Well, I don't. Okay, I might as well ask you because you've seen it. I seen clips of it. What did you think of the Illuminati scene? Did you like it, or is it something you got didn't love?
Yeah, I'd say I like I like the Illuminati scene. I like the addition of them. I like the purpose that they served within the movie. I believe that they were there as support to help explain things further of why these events are occurring, and just kind of giving us a different voice and different takes. And I like seeing certain characters. Definitely was a joy. I won't say who they are, but I'm pretty sure you probably know already. But
Let me
it's a
say
great
this.
panel
I know everybody. We're not going to say them because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who watches
for
this.
sure.
But were you happy with the people? How
Yeah,
do I put this? Were you
I was
happy with
satisfied.
the? Were you happy with the characters?
Yeah,
With
I was satisfied
yeah,
with them.
yeah.
I was satisfied with them. Yeah.
Are you
Uh,
looking forward to the future? Does that make sense?
I would say so. I really feel like we are going towards secret wars somewhere down
Okay.
the line. That's really what's sticking out to me at the moment. And I know a lot of people are feeling, well, maybe why are we so confused, or Phase 4 doesn't really have a direction. Well, it's like, I mean, if you kind of just weave through it a little bit, really try to sit down or comprehend what's, there could still have ties to Captain Marvel that we haven't even wrapped up yet. I mean,
Right.
Samuel L. Jackson, Nick Fury. What is he doing? We have the scrolls still running around, so Secret Invasion is coming. We've got Quantum Mania coming. We've got the Marvels coming. Miss Marvel shows will be up soon. She Hulk is next. I mean, so I think we're going to get a lot more coming. I mean, obviously Thor, but Thor's going to be like its own standalone movie, and we'll see what's going on with him. But I just think, yeah, we're going to get a lot more to further along the total overall MCU story.
We've been doing this a few weeks. I don't know if I asked you this yet or not. As of now, what's your favorite MCU movie? Do you have one?
Ben, you ask the challenging questions. I feel
Yeah,
like
I make
Amber.
you think. I make you think on this show.
I like it, and it's very much appreciated. Unlike Amber Heard, but
Oh, bada bing, bada
but
bing, bada boom.
yeah, I had to let that one out there. You know, pow pow. Mike Tyson back in the ring, guys. My favorite MCU movie. Man, that's a good one. I might still say Civil War.
Okay.
It really is between Civil War. The Infinity War was so damn good. Endgame I loved. I really just count to for me, myself and I count Infinity War and Endgame as kind of one movie. I just count it because it's kind of like we're just picking up right there. It's just extended.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. But if I have to say like my favorite, just straight up, I would have to probably say Captain America: Civil War. I think it
Okay.
just hits
Yeah.
a lot of emotional beats. I think the themes that are talked about really tie into a lot of real world issues and problems. And it just, the performance of Robert Downey Jr. I feel like in them, I feel like it's almost forgotten. Maybe it to me in a way, or maybe I don't know. To me, I just feel like Robert Downey Jr. in that movie really just added another dimension to Tony's character overall.
Let
And
me let me ask you because I know at the time there was talk about him possibly getting an Academy Award nomination.
I
Do
believe
you
that.
think?
Yes, absolutely. I said that. I wanted that to happen for that man to get a nomination for Civil War. I felt it was a really good one, especially when you see that conflict that he's dealing with Steve and Bucky. And it's like, you're my friend. So was I. Like, what? Come on. It hurts too much, Ben. It's RDJ brought it. Like he really brought it. I stand by that. I think he deserved a nomination.
For me, he was great in Civil War. He was great in Endgame, but I think we talked about it last week. I did whenever I think about Academy Awards and comic book actors, I always go back to Logan.
You un-
Like
because you understand.
I understand the fact that Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman got no love for that movie.
Yeah, none, none, and it to me it was. It's not even borderline. It's just blatantly disrespectful. How did you not? Like, how did you not give them the nod?
Dude, that
Really?
one scene as Professor X is dying in Logan's arms. Dude, that is so powerful.
Yeah, yeah. One of my favorite scenes in it.
I mean,
The scene when they're in the
never,
kitchen. Oh, go ahead.
I'll never understand why that movie. Yeah, he got the best adapted screenplay. Good for it.
Yeah,
Should have
I
gotten acting. Should have gotten a best picture nom. It was an incredible film. Yeah, for me,
mhm.
Robert Downey Jr. was great in Civil War and Endgame. But for me personally, I don't put him up in those Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart levels. quite yet for me. Well, that's just me.
I would make an argument for maybe the first one, the first Iron Man,
Okay.
because I mean he just became. It's just this is Tony Stark.
Yeah.
But kind of like how even Johnny Depp got a nomination just for playing Jack Sparrow from
Yes.
Curse of the Black Pearl. So I mean, you know, I think maybe for that first one possibly, but but just for me, Civil War, and it's all subjective. But
Yeah.
Civil War
Yeah.
really was just one that really kind of struck the chord with me. Um,
He for me is really Chris Evans in Civil War that grabbed at me personally. And that's just me. And then you have Chadwick Boseman in Black Panther. He was great.
yeah, yeah, I also loved his Civil War performance, kind of like that B story, just kind
Yep.
of under the radar. And I mean, he killed it, man. He really embodied the Prince of Wakanda at the time, now King of Wakanda. But yeah, I love what he brought to the role, and I really just love how Marvel just picks out particular actors and they just fit. Like it's just boom. It's like the perfect glove size. Each one that they just put in place, like just works.
And you bring it back to Doctor Strange. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Phenomenal.
He just keeps getting better and better, my man, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Because with Strange and all the appearances that we've gotten from him, we get to see more of his evolution. And this just adds to it. And the third one will just continue it. And I'm pretty sure we'll see him pop up in more future IP. But he's definitely a character to look out for as far as a overall arc. Definitely.
Let me ask you, because we got him in full Ragnarok for a scene. Do you think you'll get him in Love and Thunder or no?
Nah, I
No.
don't think there'll be any cameos in Love and Thunder. I think Love and Thunder. I mean, I think the only ones that we know of will be Guardians of the Galaxy. I doubt if they involve. I mean, they could involve Loki. It's possible. I can't. Let me not say doubt it. It's
You
possible.
know, I find it hard to believe we're going to get a full movie and not Loki in it because their
Right.
chemistry, man, their chemistry is fire in every movie they're in together.
Spot on. Spot on. And crazy. They were auditioning for reverse roles, and then they ended up getting flipped and cast as who they were, which was cool. I think I think Love and Thunder is just gonna focus really on Thor's growth overall. I don't think it's gonna be let's add cameos in here. And
Well, I know there's one cameo I know we're getting, and I can't wait to see what they do with. That
you
is
know,
Matt Damon is coming back.
oh yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
so
playing
that,
what is he, actor Loki?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then
I
who
don't
play?
know about you. I don't know about you, but I'm a big Matt Damon fan. So whenever
I
he
love.
pops up, I smile.
Listen, Green Zone. I didn't really care for that movie Hereafter. I enjoyed The Adjustment Bureau, obviously Goodwill Hunting, The Rainmaker, The Martian. Oh, come on. The Bourne movies. What Matt Damon is, yeah, just you can't not love Matt Damon. He's Matt Damon. I mean, like, come on, man. It,
He's one of those guys where all you want to do is grab a beer and hang out with. You know what I mean?
yeah, just asked about his adventures as a super spy designed by Tread. What were they called? Treadstone. That's what they were
Yep.
called. Treadstone. I think. Yeah. Yeah, man. Matt Damon. Great, great, great actor, man. Great actor. Phew.
Yeah, we might need to get into some of the news we had for because there's quite a bit.
Let's dive in. What we got?
Well, that's not all with it. So, CW, man, they're just cutting shows here, there, and everywhere. They canceled Batwoman. Legends of Tomorrow. What else did they pull the plug? Charmed. They pulled the plug on all these shows.
Is Flash done for, or are they still letting it run?
As of right now, I think it's renewed for one more season.
Jeez,
So,
man.
but I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Think about this though. It's been nearly a decade having that Arrowverse running. Like,
I know.
it's so crazy to think of, so crazy to say. Um, and now that they're getting canceled, I mean, maybe I think that just frees things up for Warner Brothers with David Zaslav taking over, and obviously he's taking things very seriously, and he wants to bring out the best of DC. And if this adds to bringing out their best by trimming the fat, then so be it.
We, I don't know if I asked you. Were you a Legends of Tomorrow fan?
Uh no, really. I mean, I didn't get a chance to really get into it because I was following Flash so much, and I kind of wanted to go like one show at a time, so I knew I would
Right.
get around to it. But I was definitely interested, especially because
Okay.
of I heard that Vandal Savage was in it, and he's one of my favorite DC villains. So I wanted to see that.
If that's why you were looking forward to it,
Vandal Savage.
don't get your hopes up. They didn't do Vandal Savage all that well.
Really? Come on. Look. The best incarnation I've seen of Vandal Savage, I believe, just memory serves me correct, was Young Justice.
Yeah,
That
that's a good one.
that Vandal Savage. That's what I need. His name is Vandal Savage. You
Yes.
have the keyword in his name. Savage. Make him
Yeah.
so. The dude's immortal. And like just make him so. A time traveling warrior just doing what he feels like. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah. You might get disappointed if that's the reason why you're going into Legends of Tomorrow.
That's hurtful.
But yeah, I mean, it's not so much one show, and then they realized it wasn't working, so they just got rackier and rackier as the seasons went on.
Mm.
And it worked for halfway during the show, and then they just became too wacky as
Oh
a
man,
show. I had to jump the ship.
it's a shame.
But
That.
if you're looking for a good show to
Mhm.
watch on the Eververse, Superman and Lois.
I've heard really good things about that show. A lot
That
of.
is that show has some of the best Superman stuff I've seen.
What's
It
the actor's name that plays him?
is funny you should mention. His name is Tyler Hoechlin.
Okay.
He's part of the news. He's actually from the show Teen Wolf. I don't know if you ever watched that.
Clips. Clips.
He was actually really good at Teen Wolf. Actually, they're making a Teen Wolf movie. And it was just announced today he's reprising his role from Teen Wolf in the movie. So
Really?
that's pretty cool that he's going back to that.
Yeah. I look. I haven't really, like I said, I haven't watched the Teen Wolf show, but I'd be interested in seeing a Teen Wolf movie. I always listen. You have werewolves involved. Please tell me. I'm there. I'm right there with you. I mean, it's when I found out there were werewolves in Skyrim. Best believe, what did I do? I became a werewolf, not a vampire. Joined the werewolf, but yeah, I'd be down to see that movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested because do you know the story of Teen Wolf? Did you ever see the original movie from the
With
80s?
Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, now other than the character's name, which is Scott, the show is nothing like that.
Mm,
The show with more Twilight kind of in it, if that makes sense.
yeah, I got you. I
And
got
I don't know if the movie is going to continue that or go back to. I don't know. I'm curious to see the movie. Yeah, I'll be honest. I like the first 3.5 seasons
you.
of the show, and then it just became too much high school drama bullshit that I didn't like.
So I'm
But I'm sorry.
no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm curious about the movie. I'm curious to see what they do with the movie.
Would I be right to guess that you are not a fan of the Vampire Diaries?
No,
Ah, Ben.
are you?
Ben, for shame. Yes, I actually enjoyed Vampire Diaries. Very,
Really?
very much more than I thought I would. Absolutely. Let me tell you something, man, about shows like they know where to find some great music. Ron Pope's "Drop in the Ocean" is one of the best songs ever made. It's so sits you right in the feels. Get you charged up about love. I mean, come on, you know. Um, in the story, I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed Damon and Lena, Stefan, Caroline, like every single character. You kind of built an attachment to over time, and some of the villains they had. Yeah, I enjoyed Vampire Diaries, and I love that they took a jab at Twilight too, which was absolutely
Okay.
genius.
I forget what actors were in that show. Is that the one with
Nina
E-
Dobrev, Paul Wesley, Ian Somerhalder. Uh,
okay, I know, yeah. Ian
mhm.
Somerhalder was on Smallville for a few episodes. Yeah,
I believe that's correct. Yeah.
and then he was in my number two favorite show of all time, Lost.
Oh, Ben, that's a good one to bring up because look, my freshman year, I started Lost and didn't finish it, but
Dude.
I, like I didn't finish Lost, but I binged all of American Dad at the time. Make that make sense. Um, I I want to finish it. I really do. I keep hearing it's so many references and people that actors that I know that I like that were part of it. I want to see how they were together on screen, like Evangeline Lilly and I forgot the guy's name from Chicago Med. He, I think he plays Doctor Cho. I can't remember his name. Uh,
Dinner Nick Kim?
I
No.
I think so because they were looking at. I think they brought this up on Camp Mear Show and they were looking at him to play Namor.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
And
would,
talking
yeah,
talking about Lord of the Rings, Dominic Monaghan.
he's in it. That's right. No, he is in it. That's right. Yeah. See, it's on my list now.
He's one of
I'll
my
watch it.
favorite characters. He's one of my favorite characters in this show.
I enjoy him. It's too bad that he had to go the way that he did in X Men Origins. That was painful to watch.
But I don't blame him in that. I don't blame him for that.
The
I
writing.
blame the geniuses who sewed up Deadpool's mouth. How do you sew up the book of the mouth? How do you do that?
It, you shouldn't do that. That should be considered a crime. What they did, that was a crime against humanity.
And the fact that Ryan Reynolds got a chance to come back as Deadpool and give
Hmm.
us one of the best superhero movies with
Ever
the
made.
first Deadpool.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
even following up with even in as good of a movie with Deadpool 2.
absolutely, absolutely. I think
Dude.
I can't wait for the third one, man. I can't wait
Me
for the.
too. I can't wait to see all the jabs they take at Disney in Deadpool 3. Because since the merger happened, Deadpool is going to talk a lot of shit about Disney.
Oh yeah, he's listen. Ryan Reynolds is a comedic genius. There's so much going on at Disney. There's so much happening with the MCU. He could take a jab at Star Wars, the merger with Fox. We just know Ryan Reynolds will take all of this with all the time that he's had now to go into writing this script. It is going to be some of the hardest laughing moments. I already feel it. I feel it in me giblets. Like I can just
I can't wait what he says about the Black Widow movie. Because
tell.
he's going to put one up that.
I, I got to say one thing about the Black Widow movie. I got to say one thing. Now, Ben, you do deep dives and analysis. This is this is how I feel about Black Widow. I think that the movie is an allegory to human trafficking.
Okay, I dig that. I dig on
I,
that.
I think it's an allegory to human trafficking because when you think about it and how the whole movie plays out, right? I forget the general's name, but he's taking all of these women, all these young girls, bringing them into this program, brainwashing them, and pretty much giving them no recollection of who they are and just making them weapons for his glory. And then when
Yeah.
you finally see at the end, when they have the chance to be freed after Black Widow sets them free and is able to get them the pheromones that they need to, live their life, it's like, dag, well, where do they start? How do you start over? And learning that, I'm like, geez, no, like that's brilliant and it's real. Like that's the thing about the MCU. Things like this happen and it's well done. I mean, overall, I mean, there are some structural things with Black Widow that might not have hit the way that it should have, but I enjoyed the movie. I will say that I will defend Black Widow
It's not
just
one of
for
my,
that.
it's not one of my favorites, but I put it like in the middle tier for me
Yeah,
of MC
yeah,
movies.
definitely mid tier.
Yeah, but why I want Deadpool to make fun of that movie. Do you
Why?
know? Do you know who Ryan Reynolds used to be married to?
Wait, Rachel Weisz?
No, Scarlett
No.
Johansson. Scarlett Johansson.
Okay. Real? Really?
Yes,
I did not know this.
they
Okay, this
used to
is
be
news to
a
me.
they used to be a couple.
That's news to me. Oh, he's gonna have a ball game. He's gonna have he's gonna have a ball game. Oh man, he's gonna have a ball game. Taskmaster, what are you doing? It's that because I still disagree. That's the one thing. Look, I know we got some things in the news we want to get to, but and so I'm not gonna go and rant about the Taskmaster situation. But I believe that that's a character that needs to be redone, and that's what I will
Yeah,
say.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Another trailer that came out that everyone got to see at the CinemaCon and got to be playing in front of Doctor Strange 2 landed on the web this Monday, I believe. Avatar 2. Did
Mm-hmm.
you, I'm assuming you saw this trailer.
Three times, twice in the times that I saw Strange, and once online. So, yes.
What are your thoughts about this trailer?
Sleeper hit, man. I've been telling this to people. Sleeper hit. I don't know if it makes the numbers that its predecessor does, but I think that just seeing what we saw in the trailer, knowing James Cameron just has James Cameron is like the Hawkeye of directors. He just doesn't miss. The box office just favors this guy, like just loves this guy. So as long as the story really holds up, because I think that that's what this is going to have to build on. This is what a friend of mine actually told me the other day. He said the first one kind of serviced them with the visuals because people would keep wanting to see it, but not everybody was like a big fan of the overall story. This one is like,
I'm one of them. I wasn't a fan of the story. It was beautiful to see,
mhm,
but the story we've seen plenty of times before. I hope this new one has a better story. That's all I will say.
that's what's gonna have to really be the thing for it. Like we know you can bring the visuals, but can you add the story to it to make it even more of an impactful experience? I feel like that naval battle that they have, that sea battle that's gonna take place, it's gonna be. I just feel like that's gonna be something to behold. That's gonna be something to behold.
Let me ask you. I don't know where you stand. Are you? I'm guessing you're a fan of James Cameron.
I like James Cameron.
You,
Um,
li-
I like what he does. I wouldn't say like I'm his number one fan. But I like James Cameron.
you like his movies? Do you have
Yeah.
a favorite Cameron movie?
I would have to say, honestly, have to be Avatar. Um,
Okay.
Not a big fan. Like I said, I already said, not a big fan of the story, not a big fan of the visuals. But Titanic is one I need to actually watch all the way through because I
Mm,
never really got like why it's
okay.
loved so much. Well, that's probably, but more than likely that's because I haven't seen it in its completion, and I'll form my own opinion after that. So once I check that out, I'll get right back to you, and I will let you know my favorite James Cameron movie.
What are your feelings about the Terminator movies?
Fun rides. Did not like Genesis at all. I remember my aunt took me to see it, and I was just like, "What is happening?" Like, I'm not even enjoying. I wasn't enjoying the movie at all. Like,
I'll be honest, I like the third one more than most people.
you like
So for
Salvation?
me, what?
You like Salvation?
No, that's the fourth one. I'm talking about Rise of the Machines.
Okay. Okay. I didn't see Rise of the Machines. Yeah, I
Okay.
didn't see Rise of the Machines. Okay.
I like it. Let me put it this way. It's better than all the other sequels we've gotten.
I can agree with that. I had no interest in seeing Dark Fate. I mean, part of me kind of felt like, maybe, but then I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. I'm, mm-mm, I'm
It's
over it.
not as bad as Genesis, but it's not good, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that helps it in no way at all. You know,
And I just found Salvation boring as fuck. I don't know about you, but
I was. I was definitely bored watching it.
yeah.
But I have a question for you, Ben.
Okay.
Have you seen Dune?
Yes, I like it. I don't
Okay.
love it like everybody else, but I like it.
I see, you want to talk about a visual masterpiece.
I
Dune is
agree.
that cinematography on 10,000, not 1,000, 10,000. Okay. The sandworms, just the look at them, the story, and I like the world that they're setting up. I like what they're building. I wasn't a fan of Spielberg's, I mean, not Spielberg's, Hans Zimmer's soundtrack. I don't know why I said Spielberg. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't really a fan of the soundtrack for this one. I get why it won because it really hit the tone of the movie correctly, and like it's kind of this deep space, hollow, weird, kind of out there desert tones in a way. And so it didn't work for me, but for some people obviously. But the reason I bring that up is because as you have listed here in the news, Christopher Walken's supposed to be part of it too. Uh,
Exactly.
what what
I
what what are you thinking on that?
I love Walken in everything he does. Walken is Walken is Walken. He's he's on an island by himself. I
Yeah,
love this guy. I can't wait to see Dune 2 just for him. What are your thoughts about Walken?
I yeah, I echo that. I always enjoy Christopher Walken. Him as King Louis is very
Oh,
special. It's very special. There's
yeah, me.
several. Mhm.
And talking about King Louis, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but when he started singing that song, I want to be like you. I can't be the only one that imagines Christopher Walken singing and dancing around the stage. Am I right?
Oh no, I can see it because you can tell he's having so much fun with it, and it works for him. I mean, him that voice and accent, it just works for him, which is why I'm curious as to how he's gonna be the emperor. Now, I didn't read the Dune books. Did you read the Dune books?
Nope.
No. Okay. So I don't really know too much about the emperor, but I'm curious to see. I am very curious to see what he does. Because when
Well,
Christopher Walken can turn it on, he'll turn it.
if anything, I can tell you one thing for sure. It's going to be unique. It's going to be unique the way Walken makes it unique.
Yeah, he's gonna own that, and he's gonna own that for this generation's remake of Dune. This will be Christopher Walken stepping in to know I am the emperor, and you will not tell me otherwise. So yeah,
Uh, yeah, I'm looking more forward to now
yeah,
that Walken will be a part of it. Just to see the craziness he brings to it.
and the cast is man, it's the cast is like that mini that the cast is like that minigun you get in GTA 5. It's just loaded to the top with just power. Just Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Javier Bardem, Josh Brolin. Now you got Christopher Walken, the Austin brother, and
Momoa,
Momoa, Florence Pugh, Oscar Isaac. Like man, what? Yeah, yeah. This is that's a cast, and I think this is going to be a staple of our time for sure.
and I don't know about you, but I really got into more appreciation of Oscar Isaac since Moonlight.
You know, I've always felt I always like seeing Oscar Isaac pop up in movies. Like I said, my first movie I saw him in was Robin Hood 2010. Then another movie that I saw him in was Ex Machina 2014. He was
Okay.
so good in Ex Machina. Um, we like it's a really out there movie, but it gets dark when when it does. Um,
And
so
I'll be honest,
mhm.
even though I don't like the movie, in my opinion, Oscar Isaac was a good apocalypse, an X-Men apocalypse.
See for me, I just felt like if they were gonna doing Apocalypse, you'd have to do like how they did Thanos. I don't think Apocalypse needed to be made practically. I think you can CGI that and make it look as real as possible. Kind of like what they did with Brolin's face on Thanos. I mean, and he brought that character to life with the motion capture. So I mean, I would love to see Apocalypse pop back up, but just didn't do it for me. Kind of took me out of it.
Do you have a favorite X-Men movie? I mean, I'm guessing it's Logan, but other than Logan, do you have
Uh,
another?
Outside of Logan, I really, really like First Class.
Okay. That's cool.
I really like First Class. Days of Future Past is also really well done. I would say also, yeah, actually, no, yeah, those would be my favorite two. I like
Okay.
X2, but I like First Class and Days of Future Past more than X Men United.
So cool for time travel. So outside of Logan, Days of Future Past is my favorite X-Men movie.
Days of Future Past was it's a good movie. Jeez, that's a good one. Yeah.
Dude, that scene with James McAvoy and Patrick Stewart talking to each other.
Hmm.
Dude, that is some amazing shit.
Man, just and seeing Michael Fassbender come down with this giant stadium surrounding him,
Mm.
and he's about to, and then the scene where Mystique's about to go after Peter Dinklage. I mean, come on.
And dude, the Quicksilver scene?
Oh, that's that goes down in cinematic history as one of the greatest action sequences of all time. That was just magic.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm over under 35%. You'll see Evan Peters as Quicksilver again.
Over under 35%?
Yeah.
Over. I'd say
Really?
over.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, because like now, I mean, you introduced him. You could probably actually have him pop up as a legitimate variant or other multiversal figure of that Quicksilver. I know Kevin talks about like that's the problem with these multiverses, but it's like I mean I get that, but if you do it right to serve the story, because you don't need to have every single one from every single universe. You can really get attached to a character from that universe in particular. Something
Yeah.
happens, you lose them, and boom. I mean, we've seen it happen in the Flash with all the Council of Wells. I like Sherlock. I like the Wells before him. I enjoyed the Council of Wells.
Me too, my man. I loved every edition of the Will's character. From, even from Eamon. Eamon on. Tom
Mhm.
Cavanaugh nailed it as each and every one of those Wills.
And he made
And
them all
I'm
uniquely
sorry,
different.
I'm sorry?
No, no, I was just saying that he made them all uniquely different.
And yeah, in my opinion, the show got that major hit once Tom left. Because
I agree.
Tom Cavanaugh and Cisco both leaving hurt that show.
Yeah.
Now, the show was already going down here anyway at that time, in my opinion. But
Because I think
yeah,
they only have like 500,000 weekly viewers now, something like that. Uh, Not compared to how it was in the beginning, because everybody was watching Flash in the beginning. But after a while, some shows, they just got to know when to stop. I think once they got to the Thinker season, I was good right there because I love that. I love that season.
yeah, me too.
You know.
I think I was done after season 5. After the season after that, the one with Sankeda, I like that one, but after that, I would have ended it.
Was Cicada wasn't who was the overall villain? Because I don't think Cicada was the one all the way through that season. It was another one.
It was Sankeda, and it was his niece or daughter, and then Reverse Flash ended up being some
Oh
boy's
yeah,
villain.
that's right. I didn't care for that part of the season. I didn't. I didn't even like how they did Godspeed. I really wanted. The way they did it, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It's like nobody knows who it is, and it's just, oh, this person's Godspeed. No. Get Augustus Hart to be Godspeed. That's all we need.
I think they finally did Godspeed that season. They
But it just
finally,
didn't
they,
last long. Yeah, it. I don't know. I mean, it just didn't last the way that I would have wanted it to have been.
okay, talking about the Flash, I almost don't want to talk about this, but we almost have to. The Ezra Miller stuff. We're not going to go into that, but there is a report that Dylan O'Brien might take over the Barry Allen role in the movies. How would you feel about this?
Now he's the kid from Maze Runner, right?
Yeah, yes,
All right.
he.
I didn't see the movies. Didn't really take a lot of interest, but I would just off of his look, I think he could pull off a good Barry Allen. I'm gonna just be honest. Don't like Ezra's take on Barry. I
Me
just don't.
neither.
It's just
Me
I
neither.
like really what Grant. Not to compare him to Grant, but it's kind of like I just
You
feel
kind of
like
have to. You kind of have to compare.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it's like he just understands the whole. Maybe it's because we got more time to see him as a forensic scientist, but I just think he gets it more. He's not really too quirky or jittery. He's just this charismatic wisecrack.
I do find it funny, and I think Campia even pointed this out. The movie The Flash got announced the week that the TV show The Flash premiered.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's absolutely true. And the show has been on all this
Ever
time.
since, and you know what? Crazy theory. I think the show is going to end before this damn movie comes out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The thing is though, what movie are we talking about here? I didn't realize that it actually existed, but
Oh,
you said, but
yeah, yeah, I know, right? But, okay. And they might be terrible, and if it's terrible, I'm sorry. It's just how I feel. I couldn't care less about Ezra Miller showing up in the Flash movie. But my God, I want that movie to come out only because I want to see Michael Keaton back as Batman again.
yeah. And is
And they
isn't
have
Ben
me.
Affleck in it?
What?
Isn't Ben Affleck in it too?
Yeah, but I think Keaton is in more of it. I think Affleck in like maybe a scene, and I think Keaton is in half of it, maybe.
All right, man. Yeah, it's like we said before, man. You and we've shared this opinion. I think it's going to streaming,
Yeah.
and that's how they'll do it. They'll just put it out there quietly, and while that's out
You
on,
you borrow a phrase from Capia. Do you think we'll get an answer about it from the acts of South Love?
oh yeah, the axe of Zaslav is swinging truly to what it's doing. It seeks to trim the fat from the fields, man. Like it wants nothing to do with anything extra that we don't need. We don't want it. It's not adding to our product. Get rid of it. And he comes, just as any coach would do. It's just like in sports, man. That. Look, if you're not adding anything to the team, you're gone. Sorry, you gotta go.
No, I don't know if I added this, but the show Gotham Knights got picked up when I seen W.
Wait. So wait. Did it? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. So Gotham Knights is getting picked up while everything else is getting canceled.
Right.
How do you feel about that? I feel like that could be. Do you think that's a good sign? Do you think that? I mean, like, do you think that this shows they have faith in the show?
I don't know. That show makes me nervous. It makes me nervous, man. It's like, and I know. Did you like Gotham? Did you like that show Gotham?
Didn't finish it, but from what I was watching, I like what we were getting. I liked the different ways and how they were bringing in different Batman villains and to the overall story. I really liked that.
I didn't like that it was basically a Batman show without Batman. And that's what I'm afraid of Gotham Knights. Like,
Mm.
it could be good. I don't know, but it could be good. I guess I need to see who's going to be in it and who's running it. You know?
Yeah, that'll be your telltale signs. I mean, if anybody could have picked it up, if not CW, because sometimes CW doesn't have like the
Uh,
best quality stuff. I mean, it works for television, but if you really want it to be a show that rings and hits, you got to put some money into it. That's why I think like if Amazon took it or if Apple took it, even, heck, even
hell,
if Netflix took it, I mean,
I wouldn't say HBO Max. Give it to
oh
HBO
yeah,
Max.
it, right, yeah, definitely. I mean, they would do something with it and put all the money and get the right people, directors, writers, and just have them just say, hey, look, have at it.
Right. I mean, I like the CW back in the day, but to be honest, if I'm being honest, I kind of feel like I'm going out of the CW. I don't know about you.
Just like I said, it doesn't do it for me anymore. I mean, good thing I could watch Arrow all the way through if I choose to. I mean, at least it's all done. Legends of Tomorrow, but it's just doesn't really do it for me anymore. Flash lost me at the Mirror Master parts, I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
You know what? Me too. I was the same way. I hated that Middle Master season.
It was just like I don't. It was just awful. It really
The
was just awful.
fact, this bugged the shit out of me. The fact that Iris was replaced and they took like 10 episodes before Barry realized anything was weird about her, that bugged the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, I mean that, and it just seemed like she was never going to get out of there at all, and we're just constantly. I mean, like there was no advancement for a while. We just kept getting filler. Like, continue, please. We don't need all the extra. We just don't need all the extra in between. She could have gotten out at any point in time. He could have figured it out with probably within 2 episodes that it was her, and then continue on with what you had to go on with. Like you don't need to take half the season and it's like, oh, I didn't realize that was you. Like because it didn't really, it just didn't do anything to really get the story going in a way.
Nope, nope.
You know, plot twist
Eh,
done.
yeah, how many more seasons do you think is going to go on? And nobody got renewed for one more season.
I think
You think
that'll be it.
you don't think we'll go for 10?
Well, it's funny you said that. You actually jumped in my brain for a moment. I was thinking that, but I was thinking. I mean, if this is it, then that's it. But I mean, if they want to go for 10, just to say they had 10, they might. But I don't think Zaslav will want to waste time and materials in that way. So if they want to cut it at 9, then that's what they'll cut it at.
I mean, do you think it has a lot, do you think it has a big fan base? The
The
Flash?
Flash, I
Yeah.
think it used to, but I think people started getting turned off after a while. Maybe some of the events weren't hitting for people. Even excuse me. If some of the events weren't hitting for people, I think some of the characters that they were introducing, the writing and direction probably just I think slowly but surely people started to fall off, and I think especially probably around the time with Cicada. Maybe even
Yeah.
before that with the Thinker, because I know some people didn't really care for the Thinker season, even though I enjoyed it. But most people I know say they like the first three, and after that,
I would say that the first four, you're right, the first four with the Thinker were the best seasons of that show.
yeah, yeah. So we got Zoom, Thinker, Reverse Flash, and uh Savitar.
Like, I didn't love the Saboteur season villain, but on the overall season, I really liked.
Yeah, yeah. I would put 4 over 3.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Supergirl show? Did you like that show at all?
Just here's the thing. It was just too much at once to watch because there was like so many shows going on, so many things connecting, and I just didn't have the same amount of interest. Like I more interested with the MCU shows. And it's just like DC just had so much at once. And there's that thing where they say if you give people too many options, they kind of get turned off from it. So
Exactly,
if you give like
exactly, my man.
yeah, if you give like a limited amount, then cool. I mean, if you just had Flash, Arrow, and Legends, let's say you just had those three running at the same time, okay.
Yeah,
But I feel like if you want to start adding more upon more, then you gotta one has to end for another one to begin. Personally, just so you can
they
have some.
should have they should have had Arrow, Flash, and Legends, and they were ended. Bring on Superman and Lois because that show is amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. But I'm not in charge. David is in charge. More power to David Savlov and the acts of David Savlov. I can't wait to see what they bring up next. Let me ask you, is there anything you want to talk about before we sign off here?
Just what did you had something here about Aquaman? I'm
Well,
curious.
yeah,
Currently-
the actor who played Aquaman in Smallville is joining Alan Richardson is joining Fast 10. So you're going to have two actors who play Aquaman in the
Huh?
Fast and Furious movies.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. I didn't realize that. Okay. I only thought that he was in. I thought he really was only in Jack Reacher. I didn't realize that
No,
he was Aquaman in Smallville. That's cool.
yeah.
Wow.
So you have him and you have Jason Momoa. So let me ask you this. You
Hmm.
might have seen this. Or maybe not. Over under 50% in Fast 10. We get an Aquaman joke between these two actors.
Uh, yes, that has to happen. That has to happen. Uh, I don't know what you know if they just approached each other, maybe had some some stare down. There's something fishy about you.
Yes, something like that.
You tread these waters, like you know, oh man, nah, like I think that they could. There's so many things that they could do there with that. That it would be cool. It wouldn't take me out of the movie at all. I think that would be
No,
a cool
no,
joke.
it would in another movie, but not in a Fast and Furious movie.
Can I also say that I am I just want to see the absurdity of this. I am in no way a fan of the Fast and Furious movies. I just can't. I just can't. It just gets too absurd. I know you're kind of like, well, you can enjoy superheroes and all. It's different. It's look.
No, no, I'm with you. I get you. I get you.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm gonna tell you really what shed light on it for me, and it was Cinema Sins. I've seen all the Cinema Sins for all the Fast and Furious movies, and I've seen the first three, 6, 7. I'm pretty sure I've seen 5. Didn't really care to see 8 or 9, but it was just to me like I'm like, geez, man, really? This is I
I'll, I'll
liked
be
when they
hon-
were racing.
I'll be honest. The end of 7 gets me every time
Yes, yeah,
because the whole Paul Walker thing, they did that such a good job. I loved it.
yeah, yeah. And I remember hearing that conversation that they were talking about on Campy the other day, and they were saying, what if they got one of his brothers to play Brian since Brian isn't technically dead? Um, you know, I think that would be a good homage. I just don't want to. I don't want to see the 3D rendering of CGIing like that. That
Yeah,
it really does rub me the wrong way. Like, yeah. Mm, 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 mm.
I don't think they should do it. I think they should leave the character out of it.
Yeah, because they drove off. Let it be how it is. Seven
Exactly.
ended how it needed to end it, how it needed to end, and that's that's perfectly fine. I think that's a perfectly acceptable ending.
Also, now with all the behind the scenes bullshit going on, you don't need to potentially tarnish any good name, any
Yeah.
goodwill of the actor. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I know that at one point they were even talking about doing it with James Dean. I'm like, dude, that was many years ago. Let sleeping dogs lie.
Exactly, my man. Exactly. Well, I think that's everything we wanted to talk about. Is there anything you tell the good people on the internet where they can find you, my man?
You guys can find me on Twitter at the Outlawed Mime. You can find me on Instagram at the Midnight Cinema 41. Follow my YouTube channel, The Midnight Cinema, and my podcast, Wolves of Midnight. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, and Anchor FM. And still working on getting to Apple Podcasts. I've always enjoyed being here with Ben. Ben, it's been a great time today. I'll pass it back to you.
Nice, thank you, my man. You guys can find me at my Twitter, Ben_Rainer, every Friday right here with my man Josh on the weekly Geekdom every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. You can also find me every Monday with Alfred Dawn at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on dissecting the Schmodown every Wednesday on Jedi Academy. You can also find me on the YouTube channel, the Northern Entertainment Group, every Tuesday on Rewind That Tape, and every Saturday on the Northern Countdown. And I forgot, every Sunday night right here on this channel, on White with Men, every Sunday night, me and this group of friends hanging out. So until next week, you've been watching the Weekly Geekdom, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one, everyone. Later.